the sun split the earth in two that day, as a pair of choking roads converged. There, lying beyond the cross, a man with blood ticking out, whilst from the dust two figures had emerged. These three men bonded for eternity, for each other's lives they would then taint. We're meeting now for the very first time, the silent hand, the rebel and the saint. The rebel acted first, rushing to the saint, saying, "Oh, what is befalling you, dear friend? Is it not obvious to you?" Interjected the saint, "For to me it appears he is near the end. Tell me, son, what it is that I can do to ease your pain, whatever may pass. Yes, and trust in me also," declared the rebel. "As long as I remain, I will see to the task." While there he lay so mournfully, supported by naught, the exposed air passed with a solemn hiss. And when he spoke, unable to meet their eyes, it was with an earnest voice almost missed. "I can't see too good now when it's getting worse, and I can feel my insides just freezing up. So I'm asking you to receive me faithfully, or else I'll be doing nothing but giving up." He said, "My life is in both of your hands now, and there's one thing to me you two now owe, that if you know kindness, then you'll see me taken to where you both trust I ought to go." The rebel and saint nodded in agreement, and turning back to the hand gave their word. And with that he closed his eyes in preservation, trusting they weren't the last he ever heard. Now the sun had begun to skirt by this affair, rotating the shadows of the three at play, while the rebel watched the saint edge to the hand, till the saint was at the place where he now lay. Unsure of what to do, the rebel stood in place and ordered himself to keep them all in line. And so he bowed as the saint pulled up a purse, and say he goes by Sam Clementine. While the saint kept digging deeper and deeper into the contents of the body laid bare, finding what he could from these possessions to better gauge this man to whom he did swear. And the rebel cried, "What do you think you're doing to this person who has placed his trust in you? How do you not recoil in your actions? For to me the shameful display is surely new." And the saint replied, "Does the situation not concern you, that we so happened upon him at the brink? I intend to know from which crop he's sown, and if his desires of us are with it linked. Now you can do your part to aid me in this process, or concede and be on your way. I do not ask of you to fulfill your promise, but in both our hands did he not say?" While the rebel stood transfixed, then composed himself to say, "Do not expect me to abide by your means. I will remain in assurance and defense of he, for you do not appear to be all that you seem." To which the saint replied, "Think what you will of me. I only seek to lay the tracks before my path." "What does that even mean?" cried out the rebel. "I swear, soon you shall draw my wrath." While at this the saint rose up and pressed to the rebel. With eyes interlocked, he said, "Careful with me, son. I suggest we both keep our eyes on the prize and settle our differences once this is all done." "At last something we agree on," cried out the rebel, "that our score must be settled once he is saved. But now the sun is passing over the hills. I fear we will not pass through unscathed." Just then a flash of darkness shone over their heads, and with a stroke they turned to face a crow, who stood atop the belly of the silent hand, and then proceeded to tear at its new foe. While the rebel pounced in fury and the crow shot away, the saint hurried over to join the fold, and the rebel touched the hand for the very first time, clutching the body whose blood ran cold.